afternoon. Retired Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio is accepting Senator Marcoleta's challenge to debate on national sovereignty and maritime security. Marcoleta earlier faced criticism after suggesting the country give up the Kalayaan Island Group, which he argued is not within the country's exclusive economic zone. Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, invited Marcoleta to join a domain awareness flight to the island group. In response, Marcoleta said that before joining the flight, he wants to have a friendly debate with Tariela, Carpio, and University of the Philippines Institute for Maritime Affairs and Law of the Sea Director J. Batongbakal. Responding to the invitation, Carpio says he is accepting this debate challenge. Carpio is a staunch advocate of Philippine sovereign rights in the South China Sea and one of the primary architects of the Philippines' legal victory at The Hague. He proposes a two-part agenda for the friendly debate. He says this will cover the legality of the West Philippine Sea and if the maritime features of the Kalayaan Island Group form part of the West Philippine Sea. The challenge comes following the long-standing public discourse regarding the 2016 arbitral award that invalidated Beijing's sweeping claim over the South China Sea. The Kalayaan Island Group is under the municipality of Calayan, which is part of Palawan Province. The island group includes around 50 islands and reefs, including Pag-asa, the largest island occupied by the Philippines. President Bongbong Marcos expresses optimism that the relationship between the Philippines and the U.S. will continue to prosper. Marcos attended on Monday, February 9, the unveiling of the special logo of the Philippines and U.S. governments for their 80th anniversary of diplomatic relations. In his speech, Marcos notes that the anniversary logo was created to represent the 8 decades of diplomatic friendship.
From opposite sides of the Pacific, our two countries have bridged distance and differences, guided by our shared history and our common advocacies. I'm confident that this alliance will move forward with even greater conviction and commitment to the security, prosperity, and resilience of our peoples and of our region.
This year also marks the 75th anniversary of the Philippine-U.S. Mutual Defense Treaty, which requires each other's defense in case of an armed attack. The U.S. has repeatedly expressed its commitment to the Philippines to provide defense and security support, including potential armed attacks in the West Philippine Sea. Meanwhile, Marcos highlights the Philippines' role as a host of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summits and related summits this year. He calls for continued support of the U.S. to the ASEAN community. Marcos also says he hopes for the attendance of U.S. President Donald Trump in the ASEAN summit later this year.
We look forward to continued support for ASEAN community building, in particular from the United States, through our comprehensive strategic partnership. And we hope to welcome President Trump once again in Manila for the ASEAN Summit later this year.
The Philippine Navy says it deployed one of its Miguel Malvar-class ships in India to participate in naval drills there for the first time. Navy spokesperson Captain Marisa Martinez says the FFG-06 or BRP Miguel Malvar left the country on February 5 to participate in the 3rd International Fleet Review and Multilateral Naval Exercise Milan 2026 in Visakhapatnam. The Indian coastal city faces the strategic Bay of Bengal. India has regularly conducted maritime drills with the country in the West Philippine Sea as New Delhi seeks to bolster its influence in the Indo-Pacific region. India's Act East policy seeks to establish its standing as a regional power by cultivating extensive economic and strategic relations with Southeast Asian nations like the Philippines. A Miguel Malvar-class frigate will also participate in Australia's largest maritime exercise this year. However, Martinez says it remains unclear if the Navy will send the same guided missile frigates at the time. To date, the Philippine Navy has 2 Miguel Malvar-class ships, specifically BRP Miguel Malvar and BRP Diego Silang. These guided missile frigates are equipped with anti-ship, anti-submarine, and anti-aircraft capabilities. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good afternoon.